before Vincent Tan actually invested in my company, I actually did approach MSCVC, right? And my business model, which is how we started, was I wanted to give the cyber cafe software, which I was selling for 3,000 ringgit. I wanted to give it for free. And there's a French guy then who was the entrepreneur in residence, who kind of like told me, what, you're selling this software and you want to give it for free? Are you crazy? 2000. And
I wasn't there.
and what happened was when I actually bought Friendster, he actually dropped me an email. He said the biggest mistake he made in his career as a venture capitalist in MSCVC was not investing in my company.
Charmaine's husband.
Huh?
This is why Charmaine is having corporate form finance.
I don't know what his wife's name is. Anyway, so anyway, the problem with venture capitalists in this country is that they're still too risk averse. And I don't believe that just spinning them off into private entities is going to help that. Because the problem with our venture capitalists here is that they want a great return without taking the risk. Venture capital is a business. Every venture capitalist on a big hit gets once a minimum of 25% IRR. Right? So if there is a big hit, if there's a medium hit, there's a small hit, they want a minimum of 25% returns every year. When you expect 25% in returns every year, you have to be at least 3 times or 4 times more risk. Take more risk than a bank. But if you don't take that much risk and still want to become 25% IRR, you've got your head in the wrong place. And that's the difference between Vincent Tan and a venture capitalist. The thing about Vincent Tan is he took risks. At that time, 12 years ago, he knew that the internet was going to be big. Right? He believed in it. He saw Amazon's, eBay's of the world becoming big, and he took the risk. And he didn't. To be honest, if you ask him, you can ask him if he comes here. You know, he still thinks today. He didn't know what he was investing in. Right? He just knew it was going to be big, and he took a bet that we invested in 30 companies, one company will make it.
I think he invested in you also.
Yeah.
He invested in you.
Correct. But that was a chance. He took a bet that out of 30 people he invests in, 1 will make it or 2 will make it. Right? So that's the risk he took. Right? So anyway, that's a bit on the venture capital scene. I think what you need in a venture capitalist is not spinning off the venture capitalist, but add entrepreneurship into the venture capitalist. So if you have a fund with 3 people, make sure 1 or 2 are entrepreneurs. Then you will make a difference.
I don't think so, you know. The other day I met some entrepreneurs, some VCs at the TeAM open house, just as a side quickly. And they were saying that entrepreneurs always complain, right? They're not risky enough. And then one of them said, it would be great, right, to have an experiment. You give a bunch of money to entrepreneurs and tell them you are the VCs and start investing. And he said they'll probably start investing in every idea they hear, and there's a finite amount of money, right? And soon the money will run out, then you've got to maintain those investments also, right, to keep feeding them. And at the end of it, he said they probably will lose their pants, you know. And I thought that was an interesting scenario. Okay. At some point, we can have that experiment.
I just got one more comment on that. I don't agree with that. That's a probability that venture capitalists say. But if you go to the valley and look at every venture capitalist, whether it's Kleiner, whether it's Sequoia, etc., all of them are venture capitalists themselves. All of them have been entrepreneurs. So venture capitalists say that to convince the government to continue giving them the funds.